T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Rock the world. Rock the world. With me, no worries, come with me. No worries, just come with me. No worries, just come with me.
What up?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Welcome to the King and Me show. We are live after some technical difficulties, although they might not have known that. So you know what? We live and we perfect
And living color. Hey
over
y'all.
here. Welcome to the King and Me show. I am one half of the King and Me show, King.
And I'm me, Michelle. Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
It is Monday, December the 11th. We have a little bit of a audio change. Hopefully this works out. So y'all give us some feedback. Let me know how the audio is sounding. And yeah, hey Michelle.
Hey boo.
Hey babe.
How are you?
I like that.
You like my mouth?
I like the bow.
Thank you.
That's dope. Like
Nice
the,
little heavy.
you gotta coordinate.
You gotta coordinate, baby.
Coordinate.
Yes, and we are in that time of year, so I feel like y'all gonna be getting Christmas shirts because we got today, and then we got next week Monday, and then the week after that is Christmas. So I have enough Christmas attire to don their screens with Christmas gear for the rest of this month.
How much do you have?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
So what is the King and Me show? The King and Me show is a live stream every Monday, mostly every Monday, that Michelle and I come on and we just talk about different topics around dating, relationships, and share a little bit about what we do is we like to get out, explore, and just do things.
Yeah.
So if you're watching us right now, be sure to hit that like button as we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and next week we're going to be on X. That I'm going to be hands off as far as managing it. You're going to be hands off as well. But there's nothing to just add another thing to where we're just going to be streaming on. I'm not going to be putting clips on there. We're just going to have our live streams.
Our producer be working it out.
Hey,
I just gotta say,
the producer be producing.
That producer be producing. Give our producer a raise.
Hey, let's try and make that happen.
Okay. I got you.
Bet. So today our live stream is called Who All Gon Be There? Now, if you from the same culture that we from, you've likely asked that question before.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, it's when you get invited to some place and you're not sure if you're on the fence about whether you want to go or not. But when you know somebody else is there, you hit them up. Now you can just text people and say, hey, who all gonna be there or who all there. But back in the day, you really didn't have the opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have a little bit of a twist on that for this episode, as we've never really asked that question ourselves because you and I have only known each other for just a little bit over a year. But
are you kidding? We've known each other all our lives.
In what world?
In the world of love, you and I, we have known each other since infancy. Even though we're not the same age, our souls are the same age.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been linked ever since their infancy. That's how deep we run.
Is that how that works?
That's how that works.
We got some people in the building. Let's make sure that we say what's up. Shout out to Tarika, one of the best mods in the planet down there down south. I almost gave up your location. Where you from? I'm bad about that, y'all.
But she says it's cold down there. Man.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, man.
And in Clarksville, Tennessee, there was a tornado that damaged a lot of houses. So if you are somebody that's from Clarksville or know some people that's up there, check on your folks.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. So who all gonna be there?
Who all gonna be there? I don't know, but let's get started by, going a little deep. We ask each other these questions from the game. Let's get deep just so that, we can have a little icebreaker, kind of set the tone a little bit. All right, so let's go. Icebreaker. What makes you feel better when you're sick? Or how do you like to be taken care of when you're not feeling well?
Ooh, okay. So let me just throw this out there. I'm a big baby when I'm sick, but what I like to do is I like to get the Vicks on my chest, give me the Vicks up under my nose, give me a humidifier, and just leave me alone. Like, let me get up under the blankets, sweat the cold out, because, scientifically, that's how that works.
Black science? That's what we should have done the episode on Black science.
Sweat the cold out. And, I prefer to just be by myself, but have you be within arm's reach for if I need something, which early in our relationship, we both had been sick and we don't live together, but yet
we reacted totally differently to that sickness.
True, but we were still there for each other is my point.
Yeah, you are.
So, yeah, I prefer a more hands-off approach. Be reachable, but be away from me.
And I am the exact opposite. Well, kind of, not exact, because I am a big baby when I get sick, but I like to be up under people. Mm-hmm. Like, I do not want to be left alone. It's like, oh no, I want to cuddle. I want you to hold me. Why can't you hold me? And then, pass the 100% cranberry juice, because I believe 100% cranberry juice can heal anything. I'm about to put my phone on, you know what? Let me put it. Oh, crap. That was the wrong button. We gonna put this thing on something, but I like to be taken care of when I am sick. I like to be held. I like to be caressed. I like for my technology to work when I need it to work. All that good stuff. But I like to be held. So that's me.
Okay.
Me as a person.
So that was our icebreaker. Shout out to Free T in the building. Salute
Free T,
to you.
What up, sis? How you doing?
Always good to see you in the building.
You know me, I'm just over here pushing random buttons, breaking random things, living my best life. All right, let's see what the deep holds for us.
Ooh.
I promise I can't make this question up. I cannot make this question up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just show it to you, okay?
All right.
This is an inside joke, y'all, but I'm gonna show it to you. All right, y'all. The question says, between the two of us, who is more organized?
That one, 100%.
Tis me.
100%.
Me.
She said the other day, baby, I love you, but you're unorganized. And I'm like, oh, I know this. I know I'm not organized. I have never been an organized person, and I've never claimed to be an organized person. Love me for my unorganizedness. Yes, unorganizedness.
Like NEST, nest? Like,
yes. I'm just gonna go with that one.
Okay.
It's how it came out my mouth.
Ooh.
Pause. We can go to the deeper.
I was just gonna say, so on the topic of who's more organized, I told you at my school someone did the bulletin board for the CTE department, Career and Technical Education department, and next to my picture it said most likely to put Santa's list in an Excel spreadsheet, because that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's my level of organization. I will do that.
Before you ask this, what type of person are y'all? I saw that Free T commented about, hopefully she don't get sick, but having somebody take care of you. How much do you want to be taken care of? Like I said, I just more, let me call you or text you and be like, bring me something, but I don't need you around me. Whereas Michelle said that she's like, no, I need you around me, up under me, hold me to wellness. What type of person are y'all? Let us
Bad
know.
when you say it. Yes, that is what I need.
Shout out to the Saids.
Hello, hello. How are y'all?
I don't know if that's he said, she said, or both of them, but whichever one or both of them, salute.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so you ready for this last question? Although I will say, Tarika said a cluttered person has a cluttered mind. I get that. I get. Except it's so funny because that's not him. Like he and I were just talking about that yesterday.
Yesterday, right? Yeah.
We were just talking about that yesterday. That he has more of a waffle mind in that everything goes into its nice, neat compartments, whereas I have more of a pancake mind because it's just all there. The syrup is just flowing everywhere. But yet, I mean, if he likes pancakes, I like waffles. But that's just who we are. He responded.
And it's a disorganized, organized. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know how to say it, so I just butchered it.
That's what we do here, apparently. Because I was butchering Free T's name for what, like weeks?
Oh yeah.
And she ain't say nothing. She ain't say nothing the whole entire time. Just like let me go. Okay. All right. Here's the last one. Zipa. What is the biggest deal breaker in a significant other?
Disrespect.
Yep.
Straight up disrespect. I went through a season where I tolerated it because I felt as though I had to. I ain't know no better. As a person who knows better, knows himself, know what I will and won't take, the biggest deal breaker, top notch, 100%, is disrespect. Same question to you.
I have a 3 first. So there are 3 things that I flat out told you back when we first started dating that I don't tolerate at all. Cheating, lying, and drug use. Those are my 3 no's. You do one, I'm gone. That's absolute, will not put up with any of them.
Now the cheating and lying, I understood. Do you mind sharing why you said drug use? Because I thought that was a very peculiar and a very specific one. If it's okay to talk.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So I will say that members of my family have dealt with substance use and substance misuse. And it was not something that I ever wanted to be having to love someone through. I know that there are so many things that come in, and I know that there's the sickness and health part, and I'm not taking away from that at all in any way, shape, or form. But I feel that somewhere it begins with a choice, and I'm asking the person that I'm with to not make that choice.
I have publicly talked that I had been in a short situationship with someone who was a recovering drug user. I didn't have any issues with that because I'm like, that was her past. Could you have dated me and looked at me as someone to be with long term the way that you do now if I had told you that I was a recovering drug addict?
Yes.
Okay.
In the same way that you respect me and my choices for not drinking because I'm on my sobriety path, I would definitely hold on to that. I wouldn't. That's your past. That's not who you are. So.
Okay. Cool. All right. Did we have anything in the comments before we go on to the main topic here? Tarika said disrespect, lying, cheating, drinking, and drugs. You know, that's a very solid foundation. To me, if you're looking for, I don't know everybody else. Some people thrive on hardship. Some people thrive on drama. I like my drama on TV and on HBO. I don't like my drama real life.
Yeah.
And I think when you add cheating, when you add drinking, when you add lying, that stuff just builds on and builds on and builds on until it eventually breaks for one of y'all or both of y'all. So that list, I think all of us that are listening or watching are probably all thinking that as a foundation of things that they just won't tolerate.
Yeah.
But I know some of those can be harder to forgive. Like, somebody had asked me once if I could forgive cheating.
Did you slip and fall on someone else? Like, I don't.
Nah, no. And the reason why, this person said that they could.
Okay.
This person, so me and the homie who I was talking with said that he could forgive cheating because for this person, and look, he watches our show sometimes. Comment on why you said this, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. But he said he can forgive a temporary heat of the moment thing as long as it never happens again with that specific person. To which I countered,
So what if it happens again?
so what if it happens again with somebody else? Like, my thing and what I told him was, I said, that's dumb, because you're allowing somebody to get something else and then still, this is the way I said it, still get resources from you too. It's like, oh, I'm just going to use you for X, Y, Z, but then I'm going to go out and get something else that I'm not getting from you. Which, hey, I've always said very publicly, if you're in a poly relationship, to me, that's not cheating. Y'all have an agreement.
Yeah, that's your agreement to do that, but that's not the same as being in a monogamous relationship and cheating. And the reason why I say that is because I've always looked at it like, if you need to step outside of our relationship to get something
In the relationship.
end the relationship. Like, you don't need to be with me. And this is sciencey person putting on her hat, where I'm like, there's too much going around for you to be slipping and sliding in other people. And then legitimately, unless you were at a toga party and you slipped and fell down a flight of steps and you just slipped and landed up in there, you had to make a conscious decision to cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Go be with that person consciously. Like, no. Mm-mm.
Free T asks, so in a marriage, if your partner cheats, y'all out? In an exclusive relationship,
I'm out.
I'm out. They don't even have to get to a marriage. If I say, hey, I'm yours, you're mine, and we make that exclusivity, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person decides to cheat after that, oh, I'm out. There's no questions asked, actually.
You want to know why?
It's like,
because that's disrespectful.
It's like, oh, so that's what happened?
Yeah.
That. And then it's from that moment on, what do I have to do? Because are we living together at this point? What do we have to do as far as dividing assets?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be contentious about it? Because you could get divorced and not have lawyers. I'm an example of that. I got divorced from my ex-wife without any lawyers, any mediators. We worked it out ourselves. So in the instance of your question, Free T, yeah, absolutely, I'm out.
At the end of the day, that I feel like that's the ultimate sign of disrespect, for you to break vows, for you to break the trust of someone else. Again, if you two have made the decision to be in a poly relationship, then that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The only poly I do is my alma mater, okay?
Nice.
My alma mater is Baltimore Polytechnic Institute.
Very nice.
Boom,
I like
thank
how
you.
you did that.
That's the only poly I do, okay? Other than that, I'm very much mono. We are in a monogamous relationship. It's me and it's you. That's it, boo. We here.
Pause. Why everybody trying to marry us? Earlier today, a mutual friend of ours back from Anderson that lives here sent me a message in a group chat with her and her sister. Shout out to Winifred and Kendra.
Hey, y'all.
And Winifred said that her nephew was like, if Mr. King gets married, that would make his wife Mrs. King.
It fell out laughing.
Apparently it came out of nowhere. When nobody talking about me, when nobody talking about Michelle. And he said that to his aunt, to which the aunt related to her sister, his mama. And they told me, why everybody trying to marry us off?
No, what was funny is, if you listened to Castle's story yesterday when we were taking her home, Castle is like, her friend who lived across the street from her.
Oh yeah, sure that.
Said that was talking. So his daughter, her name is Castle. Her friend was talking to her and said, your mom is a teacher. And Castle said, no, my mom's not a teacher. And she said, oh yeah, that's right, it's your stepmom. And she just like fell out laughing, because it's like, at that point, like, what else do you say? I'm already getting called stepmom. You have said multiple times, both on air and off air, our child, referring to Castle. There's something you want to ask me? I mean,
No,
I have a gold ring.
no, not at all. Not at all.
You sure? I have a gold ring.
You trying to get that ring moved from that? So, Castle in the car as we were taking her home from this concert yesterday was like, "Is there a shorter way of saying
my dad's
girlfriend, Michelle? Because if you're the stepmom, boom, it's stepmom, right? So, what's the short thing for the person that you're dating, that you're with? Like,
I'm just waiting for the comments to flood. Stepmom, 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 stepmom.
Don't y'all? we were in this stream.
It's just,
no,
it was funny. It's funny.
It was funny, but very interesting for us. We've had uncles, kids, ex-wives.
Your ex-wife, because I don't have one of them.
Yeah.
And parents. Was it, how many parents? Out of the 4, how many was it?
My mom. I don't know if I can't recall if my dad. 'Cause my memory is trash.
I know my mom did. Yeah, my mom was just flat out like, love conquers all. You need to just go ahead and get married.
Speaking of which,
don't be there.
Let me pause and read this comment for a second. Free said, "I personally said my dad's girlfriend my whole life up until he recently got married. Now it's my dad's wife."
I get that. So like, my dad is he just got remarried earlier this year, and I'm a respectful person. If I had known her a little bit longer, I probably wouldn't have an issue calling her mom. Like, I honestly would have no issue calling your mom. I call my best friend's mom, and I've called her that for 30 years. So that means nothing to me. I'm not opposed to saying stepmom. Honestly, that sounds weird to me because I didn't grow up with her, if that makes sense. And I feel like it would kind of make sense a little bit more if I did that. But if I'm referring to her to someone else, I would be like, my stepmom.
That makes sense.
Otherwise, I'd be like, my dad's a wife. But it's not because I don't like her or have any feelings for her, but it's just because, I don't know, sometimes when I hear stepmom, I think someone who raised you. But I'm flexible. I'm bendy on that term.
Bet. And last but not least, I think the youngin was like 6 years old. Why is a 6-year-old trying to marry me off?
I think the question that you should be asking yourself is, considering the fact that kids speak truth, especially at that elementary age, they ruthless. How is it that a 6-year-old knows that marriage?
There's a reason why kids don't vote. They don't know what they talking about.
They smart. Give them credit. Give them credit for what they know. That little baby knows something. Shout out to you, boo. That baby knows something.
Hey, little kid, what's 2 times 3 plus 6? Answer that right now. Answer that right now.
I'll text you the answer.
With your 6-year-old brain. All right, back on subject.
Ooh, somebody asked you a question because that's not directed at me.
Okay, Free T said, "King, why are you resisting marriage? It's obvious your spirit is guiding you towards it." I will hit that delete button so fast.
We
can't. Boop, delete. I like y'all. Hey, so
what's up, babe?
Moving on. In the topic of who all gonna be there, growing up, I know I've asked it several times, you've asked it several times. Now that we both approaching 40, it's still a question that I care about because you want to know the vibe.
Yeah.
You want to kind of feel out how on time you're actually going to be getting there.
I live up to my last name all the time unless I know who all gonna be there, and then it's just like, well, let me be fashionably late.
If I'm ever on time, it's because I plan on leaving early.
Look, because I'm all about that. Like, if I show up to a party early, please understand I'm not going to be there the whole time. Like, just understand that. If a party starts at 3 o'clock and you see me show up with anything starting with a 2 or at 3 o'clock, understand I only have like 30 minutes. And I came there to like help you set up, get everything good, take that obligatory selfie, and then I'm gonna be out.
Yes.
I don't do cleanup. I'm not gonna be around to like see everything go down.
Nope.
That's just not me. So
I don't even announce my exit. I do what's called an Irish exit. I didn't know that was a term for that, but an Irish exit is when you dip out and don't say nothing to nobody. I am known for that.
he is known for that, and he has introduced me to it, and that's why I'm so grateful for King, because I learned so much from him.
T said, I'm always asking who all gonna be there, and I always get there on time and leave early. See, we spirit
Exactly. Because I ain't finna say that. Like, I never want to be in a situation where I'm uncomfortable or awkward. And it's funny because on Thursday when we were at Toastmasters, we were talking about networking, and someone asked the question, like, how do you know when to, I guess, essentially bow out of a conversation? And what I wanted to say was, my spirit tells me it's time for me to move on, that I'm done. And that's how I get at parties or events. It's like, my spirit said it's time for me to go home and to remove myself from this situation. Not because anything bad is here, but probably because my spirit is sleepy and like just wants to take a good old fashioned nap.
Now get it to where we are at now.
Yeah.
You and I are both adults. We live in the same city. We have a profession. Yours is primarily a profession that works with people that you see in person every day.
Pray for me, y'all.
Mine, as I'm a remote employee, I work with people that are all over the U.S. And when we get off work, 9 times out of 10, you're running to somebody that you know, either a student or a coworker or somebody from your church. You have a very interesting, fast, and diverse network. So much so that even though I'm the one that I'm gregarious, I'm outspoken.
Okay.
Hey, SAT words up in this joint.
Hey, I love it. Go.
When we're out, people know you. People see me, and either through your social media or whatnot, they'll give me a double back. And I've had somebody come up to me and was like, I know you.
One soror came up to you, and you will not let me forget.
And I get that all of the time because I've been an Uber driver. I've driven on Lyft. I've been in commercials. Recently, about 2 weeks ago, I got recognized at a gas station from a commercial.
My baby's famous, y'all. Not because of me, but because my baby just famous. Make sure you check out that Wounded Warrior Project commercial with him and his best friend, CQ. Like, the two of them, they famous. Not because of show, but because of him. His own merit.
No, that is a 4% chance out of 100%. Because 90% of the other times, I'm being recognized because of my association with you.
Did all these percentages add up?
96 plus 4, yes. 100. Because you was the one that said if you do percentages, it's out of 100.
You said 90.
I said 96.
I hear that.
We can run it back. We can run it back.
Okay. So I know so many people that, you know, that whole Kevin Bacon 6 degrees of separation really boils down to about like 2 for me or something like that. But you and Castle have this running joke that I can't go nowhere without seeing someone that I know.
Nowhere.
So yesterday when we went to Food Lion and to get dinner, you were still inside. Castle and I were headed into Food Lion. Naturally, we ran into someone I knew. And naturally, this person politely acted like she didn't know Castle because, yes, she's seen Castle's face on some of my Facebook posts and everything like that. We went through, you know, all the introductions and everything. Castle and I went inside. They were leaving. And Castle said, I feel like I'm going to be recognized places because of you. And in my head, I'm like, I feel like your father told you to say that because that's kind of where we are. Like, I don't know that many people, or at least I don't think I do.
No, you are known in these streets. Did Castle hit you with the face like?
She did.
Yes.
Castle does that face to me all the time.
I love that face. It's like, told you.
Because then she turned to me and she was like, who did you see this weekend or something like that? And I was like, I'm not answering that question because if you weren't there, it doesn't count. And she kept giving me that face and looking at me again. And I'm just like, no, you weren't there. So anyone that I may have seen along the way, it doesn't count. But then I felt like being honest with her about the amount of people that I tell you or her, the amount of people that I had recognized at the concert.
Because I said I was going to snitch on you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But then I'm like, nah, I ain't going to do that. Now, something that we want to ask y'all to kind of tie into the title of this episode. So being that her and I, we're a new couple still. We are a new couple still.
Your hands are warm.
Your hands are cold. Why are your hands cold?
I'm always cold. This is why I asked you to turn on the heat. I'm always cold.
I got all the heat for you, baby. The question that we like to ask y'all is, how do y'all manage the social part of a new relationship when you have different sets of families, different sets of friends? Like we're getting through the holiday season right now, right? So, you know, Thanksgiving passed. I have my people that I like to hang out with and stuff like that. Assuming that we stayed here, she has her family and stuff as well, other friends and stuff that live kind of close by. How do y'all manage how you spend the holidays if you want to spend the holidays with others? What type of system do y'all use? How do y'all make that decision and things like that? Because if you're people that are kind of like how Michelle and I, we're fortunate enough that we have family and friends that love us.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually like them sometimes.
Sometimes.
So that's what we wanted to talk about on this episode too, because Christmas is coming up and we're going out of the area, so we don't have to decide on anything like that. But for y'all that have been together for a while, or for the new couples out there that are kind of like us, let us know. We'd like to understand what y'all do. Free T said, I'm going to just sit in the corner on this question. That's how long I've been single. What? What?
I know.
Taj. We're going to have to get you to come on live one day.
We are.
We have to get you to come on live.
Related but not, I see Ellie is watching, so shout out to you, Ellie. Hey, how are you?
What up, Ellie? She said you guys are adorable. So Ellie in Facebook right here in the chat is the reason why her and I know each other.
He introduced us. Yes.
If you are new, just a quick recap. Ellie asked me if I was interested in meeting Michelle on a game night. I said, nope, I don't do setups.
He said, no, I don't do setups, and I'm living this free agent lifestyle. I don't want to date. I'm not trying to date or anything like that. But he was led to still come, even though he had like a rough morning. He was led to still come. He came. He synced his face. Yeah.
Hey.
And the rest is history.
It helped that she's fine. It helps because I'm gonna just say it. If I didn't think, and if you didn't think that I was,
oh no, baby, I thought you were fine.
It was like nice to meet you.
Ellie is here, so I'm gonna just be honest. Like, we were sitting at the table, and I was like, you know, I'm tired. I had to go to church the next morning, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm thinking King is going to get up and come outside and like walk me outside to my car and everything. King was sitting at Ellie's table with his shoes off, like totally chilling, not even registering anything about me. I step outside. I call Ellie. I'm like, so what happened?
Yep. Hey, she was like, all right, y'all, I'm out. I'm like, deuces.
And then Ellie was able to get him to come outside, and then, you know, we chatted for a bit, exchanged numbers, and we are going to do an episode where we recreate our first outing. It wasn't a date because we were just friends, but we're going to recreate our first outing, like everything. And I just need y'all to know, he was registering but playing it cool.
Hey, I've said it. If you didn't call, I would not have came outside. I wouldn't have asked about you.
That was one of the most ballsiest moments of my life.
I thought you were attractive. I thought you were dope in the short time that we were there at Ellie's house. I'm like, oh, she's cool people. She's a lot more cooler in person because when you look at the credentials, teacher, pastor wrote a preacher writes a daily, blog, or I'm sorry, a weekly blog. I'm like, she might be uptight though. I don't know. But no, she was so cool. But in that first night of us meeting, yeah, had you not called, I wouldn't have followed up. I would have been like, hey, so that girl that came over, sorry, apologies, that lady that came over, what's her number? Tell her to hit me up. I wouldn't have done that. And it wasn't because I didn't find you attractive. I thought you were fine. It's just I wasn't in the season of really trying to date or be with anybody. Not like that.
Lady, so what I'm hearing is this, right? When God already places you in the same room as that man, as that blessing, and he gives you like that 90% move, you better be willing to move that extra 10% to go get what God has for you, okay? Go. Go get it. You know that song from Mary Mary? Go get it. Go get it. Go get your blessing. Okay, not him because he's mine, but go get your blessing. Whatever God has for you, okay? Because whatever God has for you is for you. It don't matter what man tries to do. It's still gonna be fine. But so, we are going to recreate our first date, and y'all, our first outing, our first outing was like a solid 10 hours long.
Yeah, we spent the day together.
We spent the whole day together. Like our first time alone, minus Ellie and everything. And we spent the whole day together. We went to, well, y'all see, because we'll recreate all the things. So, Tarika wants to know what we did this weekend. What we do this weekend, babe?
Well, we went to your niece's concert, which was fire, by the way. She puts up, shout out to Freetia, actually. Freetia, Free.
See, I got you.
I messed it up because you had me thinking about the original way we caught it. But shout out to Free T. One of the things that you do, really, before Free T's idea was a daily dose, this thing called Daily Dose of. And your most recent one on your channel, I want to say, I know like it's been on your TikTok. I don't think it was on ours.
What?
But the concert.
Yesterday. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't put it on ours. But yeah, we went to, my niece is a part of a local chorus group around here. And
they sound good.
They sound really good. It was so good to hear them and to just see her in her vocal element and everything like that. So we went to that yesterday. On Saturday, we were kind of together, but not really. But we took pictures. So on Saturday, I did a volunteer opportunity where I served as a volunteer photographer, taking family portraits for local families as a part of this program called Christmas Alive. And King was absolutely amazing. Like, I just want to shout you out publicly just to acknowledge what you did. Like, you did so much. Not only did you assist me and you gave up your day, like it was on your calendar to give up your day and be with me, but you also procured me volunteers. You paid my volunteers. Speaking of which, they need to give me their volunteer form so I can sign for it. Okay. You fed me, which is amazing because a fed shell is a happy shell. And you provided security, and then you took silly pictures with me. So if y'all haven't seen that like 17-second reel of us from hilarious. Saturday, it's absolutely hilarious. If you notice, the bow was in the picture too because I'm in Christmas mode. But so that's what we did. It was low key in comparison to some other things that we've done. To be honest, our weekends this month are about to be real low key until we get to Christmas because we have something big planned for Christmas. And I will say we may not have a full 60-minute or 90-minute show on Christmas Day, but we are going to give you all something.
Yeah, we're still going live.
We're still going to go live. We're still going to go live at 7. We may have a special guest in there with us. We may do like a call.
We're going to have to figure out our wording from now on. That's hilarious. I actually have to give you props for that one. Bravo.
Oh, no, she wants that, so.
Finish your thought.
She missed the part where the 6-year-old wants the same thing, too.
Oh, yeah.
The 15-year-old wants the same thing. And there are people along the whole age spectrum from 6 to 96 who want the exact same thing.
Yeah, Ellie, I'm not sure how long you've been listening, but yeah, in the episode today, we revealed Everybody trying to marry us off, apparently, to include a 6-year-old.
A 6-year-old.
Today.
A whole 6-year-old. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we will be going live on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So make sure you tune in New Year.
Yeah.
Got that. The first.
If you said it right.
Okay.
Where are we at here? Then I saw something pop up on Facebook.
That was Ellie.
That was Ellie. All right. I was half expecting an invitation instead of a Christmas card. Yes. So, other announcement.
Okay. Go. You do it. You take it.
I think you'll be better suited to set this one up. Go for it.
So we did a thing this year. We sent out holiday cards. We mailed out holiday cards to some people because we are goofy. B, I love taking pictures, and C, we look really good together. Please.
Recreate how you asked me.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember.
You just basically was like, hey, so babe, would you be interested in doing Christmas cards this year? I didn't hesitate. I looked over, I was like, sure. Just like that. And she was like, yeah. I was like, no, I like the idea of Christmas cards. It doesn't make me feel any type of way or whatnot. I had a short list of people that I wanted to send them to, and one of the people that I wanted to send it to is a buddy of mine that lives down in Florida, who I told when he asked me for my address, it was around this time of the year, I immediately said, don't send me a Christmas card. I'm not going to keep it. And then he goes, my wife said, just send me the address. And I'm like, you know what? All right, bet. I don't know where that Christmas card is at now, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Wait, did you hear from him? Did he get his card yet?
I spoke to him today, but he didn't say anything about it. So I am pretty sure that when he gets it, he's going to let me know because of how much I put up a stink about him and his wife sending me a Christmas card last year.
Wait, have any of our out-of-state folks gotten them yet?
I haven't heard from anybody yet. But we did send Christmas cards. We sent out 20 of them.
Yeah, we sent out a total of 20.
Yep, sent out a total of 20 of them. And it was a collection of photos and stuff that her and I had. So we didn't go dress up just to take Christmas cards. But it looked fantastic. You did an excellent job with them, baby.
Thank you. Shout out to Walgreens for that 24-hour turnaround on the photos. I'm sorry, same-day turnaround on those photos. We're able to sit down together and tape them up, get them all sent out last week. So you should, if people should be getting them fairly soon, especially our parents, because 3 out of our 4 parents are out of state. So they should be getting those soon. But yeah, that was fun to do, and to, just to add a little something on the back, like, hey, we love you. Is it picking it up? Okay.
No, I just wanted to be sure that it wasn't rubbing and possibly making a sound. Making sure that our producer's happy.
Okay, yeah, I want to make sure I keep our producer happy. Producer's not happy. Producer withholds kisses.
This weekend, we have a very light weekend.
Yeah, we do.
You're actually helping me do something that I really need. Thank you, by the way. It's lame. I have a storage unit that needs cleaning out, and she's going to help me cleaning out. So I appreciate that. Ellie said, I have to admit that I'm following your relationship evolution with the same enthusiasm as I'm following Travis and Taylor Swift.
Travis Kelce! Let's go, Chiefs! Sorry.
Well, if they're the Swifties, what does that make us?
King and Queen.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to thing.
I like that. King and Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Mr. King and Mrs. Mrs. King.
He said Mr. King. That is still hilarious to me. Just to hear the innocence of a 6-year-old say that.
I'm going to blank out the names, and I'm going to post that on YouTube and Facebook. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. Who all going to be there?
I'm saying, what you trying to do this weekend?
I'm trying to get that storage unit cleaned out.
But I'm saying, you want to go find a courthouse real quick.
And then I'm trying to get something to eat.
Yes, because we are going out to eat on Sunday. Like, should we talk about the irony of Sunday or no?
So let me tell y'all, I call myself King Stradamus for a reason. I be predicting stuff happening. In Michelle's life, there's a lot of places that she likes and loves, food places, activity places, or whatnot,
I didn't expect this.
that
Story.
just have announced themselves to be closing, right? About a week ago,
A month ago.
I was about to announce, I was like, oh man, it was suck, and then I stopped myself. Because this is one of Michelle's favorite places. And then I said, nope, I'm not going to say it. She goes, no, just say it. I'm like, no, babe, I don't want to speak this one into existence. She's like, King, just say it. So I was like, would it be funny if Cochina Plantosaurus were to just announce themselves going out of business?
And then lo and behold, they go and announce that they are closing in March. I immediately sent that to King and I was like, this is your fault. This is my, like,
all my fault.
it's a vegan Puerto Rican restaurant that is dinosaur themed in West Virginia. It's so close. Their food is delicious. They offer vegan sushi.
And I just spoke it into all existence. It's closing. I'm sorry, babe. So we're going to go, after the storage cleaning, we are going to start there Saturday.
Yay. Thank you.
Have a farewell photo. We'll try to go back. Yeah. I think it's possible.
I'm going to chain myself to the door. Don't tell them I said that, though.
How about your students?
What about them?
You need to be there to shape the minds of our youth.
They be all right. They got TikTok.
They need help.
They got TikTok.
They need all the help.
They got TikTok.
They need you.
They got TikTok and Instagram. They'll be fine. They won't even notice I'm gone.
Tragic. Tragic. And then what happens if the bulldozer flatten you?
Yeah, someone has to make sure that doesn't happen now, don't you?
Let me tell you how I work. I see a bulldozer. I step out of the way of the bulldozer. Did I talk about what happened already? No. Last Monday, I didn't mention what happened the Friday prior. I don't think I talked about it on there.
What happened?
The dude with the gun. We didn't talk about it.
What are we talking about?
The guy with the gun when we were going to the
okay. Sorry. So the way my memory set up.
I didn't mention this last Monday, but the Friday before last, Michelle and I went to this place called Lumino Festival City or something like that. Fantastic. Just had some friends that went, and it was a surprise. Well, I was telling Michelle on the way down, because I didn't want her to get clues as to where we were going, to distract herself. Put on some headphones, watch a show in the car.
And I did.
Whatever, because we had a pretty good, 25, 30-minute drive. And I didn't want to just, not be able to see the entire time, because I know for me, that would give me a little bit of anxiety.
I've been knocked out, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, well, I might do that. But as we were turning out of my neighborhood, which is a safe neighborhood, you don't see anything crazy because I live in a safe neighborhood. This time we saw something crazy. Guy just walking, talking to himself, and next thing I know, he's staring at me at the driver's side door. Then he starts walking to the driver's side door as a car was turning on the road to come up the road too. Don't know what this guy's issue was. I'm still waiting to make a left-hand turn, on the a T-shaped intersection.
We hear he's trying to go here.
And as I'm still watching this guy who's walking past me, because something's not right about this dude to me, I see him pull out a gun like this. And I'm like, nope. I immediately hit that right and just dipped out. I didn't tell her about it. I didn't tell her about it because I didn't want her to be nervous about something that, frankly, nothing happened at that point, right? I got myself away from the threat, and I didn't want her to be worried about the bad things that could have happened. So she had no idea. I didn't tell her. But that could have ruined the night. It could have changed everything. Let's say if he decided to then squeeze. I have no idea why this dude was on what he was on at that time. But it really could have jacked up the evening. So I'm sharing that to say, as y'all are out and about doing things, be safe. If you feel your spider sense is tingling about something, there's a reason for it. I told my daughter too, because like I said, it's a safe neighborhood. Sometimes there's a gas station, it's a Sheetz right down the road. I'll say, hey, or she'll ask me, hey, Dad, is it cool if I walk to the Sheetz? I'm like, yeah. But now I'm kind of having to like rethink if I'm gonna allow her to do that. I know it was just a one-time isolated thing, but with as random as that was, even on that night, you just never know the crazies that's out there.
That's true. That's true. And I'm grateful for King because like I saw the guy, but I didn't see any of that happening. And there are so many different levels so that you can look at it from the spiritual level that God protects us from danger seen and unseen, and that we don't see everything, but God knows, and He's able to keep us from harm, and that we have our angels who are protecting us. You can look at it from that, but I also look at it from the perspective that God gave me someone who's covering me and who is making sure that I am safe from things. Not only did he protect me in that situation, but he also protected my mind by not telling me immediately what happened, waiting until we were so far removed from the danger. Like we were like a day or two out, not a day or two, the next day. The next day he made sure like he mentioned it then. So for me, I'm hearing it and I'm like, what? Like I didn't know all that was going on and you protected me and I'm grateful for that. And that's something that I feel, you know, it's one of those things that you can't really look for in a partner, but if it's there and it will come out in abundance. And that's definitely something that I see in you, King, that you protect me in every way, shape, and form. You make sure that, you know, you kind of get a gauge for how I'm doing a particular day before you put something on me. And I'm so grateful for that. So entirely grateful for that.
You said something. And it was talked about on a friend of mine's podcast. I'm going to call him a friend. I've never met these people in real life. All right. But they talked about, it's on this podcast. It's called Better Than Perfect Podcast. Shout out to Nicole and John. Their last episode was about love versus control. And do you recall the particular thing that I had asked you about that I was like, I was curious what you say? I'm trying to get my recall. I'm stalling to try to see if I can get my recall because they talked about sharing your locations, but there was one in particular that I was like, ooh, I wanted to ask you about that question.
It's like right here on the tip of my tongue, but it's not coming out. I know the location was a thing. How do you all feel about sharing your location with your significant other? For me, I have two phones, though. I have an Android and an iPhone. King has more than just the one phone. We're not gonna say how many. He has more than just one phone, but one of his phones is an iPhone. One of his phones is an iPhone. So I share my location with King. I look at it as a safety thing. I feel like he should know where I am, not in a, ooh, let me control and know where Michelle is at all times, but in case something happens, someone knows where I am. When I got the iPhone, I explicitly went through and did that setup of share my location with two people, with King and with my best friend, Amy. I made sure that the two of them always had access to my location because it was important for me for people to know. Like, they're my ICE people, my in case of emergency contacts. They need to know where I am to be able to get me any type of care or support that I may need. But I know that was one of the things that was talked about. I don't think it was passwords. I can't remember exactly what it was.
You keep talking. I'm going to look for it.
So, because you know me, ADHD, I will spin something back around real quick. So just thinking about who all gonna be there. Ladies, how many times have you been invited to a party, a get together, whatever, in your singleness, and you ask that question, who all is gonna be there? Because you want to know, A, is this gonna be the type of thing where you can just come and be casual and be your best, be your individual self? Or is it something that you have to put on for? And the reason why I ask that question is because if you are at that point in your singleness where you feel like you can't be yourself even in an impromptu meeting, then you really should consider reevaluating. That night, that day that I went to meet King King knows this, but I had been coming from an outdoor event. So I was in the sleeveless shirt, I was in shorts, I was in tennis shoes, I was completely chilled out. Locks were up in a ponytail, everything. I was completely chilled out that particular day.
Looking like a fine Jamaican medium cooked steak.
Ow.
Sorry. Continue.
So I didn't get all dressed up. I didn't get all fancy. And I'm glad I didn't, because that was the Michelle that I wanted someone to meet. As he said last week, he saw my professional photos on my website and was not impressed. So the fact that I was able to come to him at that reel, ask yourself who all gonna be there, but also take you into consideration, taking you into the consideration. What version of you are you going to have at this event where you're going to, especially as you sit in your season of singlehood? What version of you is coming to this event?
To close out the show.
To close out the show.
This is a little bit off topic, but I think it's a really good. We don't have a topic related to this.
Because our producer just picked a random theme of who all gonna be there.
But I thought it was a good question.
What's that?
As you and I are together, the question was around love and control and having each other's passwords and stuff like that. We have each other's phone passwords and things. I don't mind, saying, hey, whatever. Like if she asks for my phone, I ain't gonna be like, hey, hold up a second, and I got things to erase. Yet I do have private conversations with other people where they might be like, hey, King, hey man, there's something that I like to talk about, whatever, keep it on the low. You know what I'm saying? And I've always said, hey, while I don't have no problem with my lady having access to my phone, there are private conversations that people share with me on the expectation. Now, in the past, I've honored that. But there was a conversation that,
now I remember,
that I asked John and Nicole, because they said that they share everything. So I said, hey, how do y'all handle conversations where somebody else says, hey, I have something, it's private to them, that they don't want your significant other to know about, And John had responded and said that what he does is he tells all his friends and family that anything that they tell him is just like telling Nicole. And he says that there's no difference in that. We share everything and we don't keep any secrets. So if someone says, hey, can you keep this private? Don't talk to Nicole about this. John responds, I can keep it private from everyone besides Nicole, and I can assure you that she will keep it private. And I thought a little bit more about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I had a conversation about it and things like that. But we want to put it out there to see what y'all think about that. So if you're with somebody, do you share phone passwords with that person? What about conversations and things like that? How would y'all handle if somebody says, hey, I have something, I like to keep it private. Do you keep it from your significant other? Does it matter what the relationship is? Does it have to be, well, that's not my wife, versus, hey man, that's my wife? Does that matter? I'm curious what other folks think.
Okay. I will say for me, I'm fine with sharing everything with you. There's a difference between a secret and a surprise. So a secret is something that you have no intention on sharing with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
A surprise is something that you're just keeping for a little bit of time for, effect or whatever, to have them be happy. But it generally comes with like a happy type thing. But if there's something that is either a secret or it's a surprise that I feel you're going to react negatively to, oh yeah, I'm finna tell you. So for example, let's say someone wanted to pop up and surprise you for a visit, but I know it's someone that you don't get along with. Oh no, I'm snitching. I'm riding real hard on that snitch button.
Free T said, I would love to honestly say I could not tell my person, especially my spouse, but that's not the case. I have a specific person in my life and I share everything with him. Now, I'm curious. You get a spouse. Do you still share things with that other person? Because you said him. I don't know if that's a family member or not. So I'm just curious about that one.
That's good. That's a good question.
We're wrapping up. Next episode,
What's it called?
episode 28,
Ooh.
Holidays and Holidays, DAZE. I'm going to tell you, I have no idea what that title means.
So it's basically the fact that we are in the holiday season. So currently we are still in the 8 nights of Hanukkah. We have, ooh, girl, we need details. Woo! You ain't just gonna slide that in right at the cutoff time and think that we ain't noticed that. Nah, sis. Messages. No. But I will say, like, so we're still in Hanukkah right now. We got Christmas coming up. There were other religious holidays that were going on. We got Kwanzaa at the end of the month. We have New Year's. And we have all these different things that are happening where people come together. And this is why we say holidays with that plural. So I know that, you know, sidebar tangent, people get really offended when you say happy holidays to them. No, it's an inclusive thing, actually, because just looking at you, I don't know what you celebrate. I don't know if you celebrate anything at all. So me saying happy holidays means that I'm encompassing everything that you could possibly.
Exactly. I think that's the more respectful way of approaching something, because you don't know if the person's Jewish or Christian or Muslim or whatever. Exactly. So, and for me, I've said this, for me, the holidays aren't about specific things that you do, like, oh, Thanksgiving. I don't look at Thanksgiving as a way of whatever with the pilgrims and all of that stuff. No, Thanksgiving is a day off where I get to hang with people, watch football, eat some food. Right?
That sounds like Sunday.
Christmas and New Year's is the same way for me. It's a way to spend time with my family, friends, loved ones, relax, and
give foot massages to your girlfriend.
Get foot massages from your girlfriend.
I got
you. All right. Hey, Ellie said, peace out, beautiful people. We are wrapping
we're wrapping up.
I'd like to thank everybody that tuned in on the live stream. We went with our different audio mics today. We're hoping that it worked out fine.
Could y'all hear us? Like, were we good? Were my locks falling on my mic? I don't know. It's the boobage, because it looks really weird if I clip it the way yours is clipped.
Boobies. I'm such a kid. My bad. Episode 28, next Monday, holidays and holidays. We love to have y'all tuned in live. If you can't make it, it is what it is. We understand. We put out clips and stuff on our various social medias as well. Tap in with us. All of our links to both of our social medias are in the description box below. All right. Free T said, y'all sounded great, and being able to see y'all's faces was nice too. Thank you. We did a behind the scenes yesterday.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday. Yeah. And my uncle called me and said that that was one of the improvements that he liked about us wearing this wireless mic, was that it was nice to be able to see the face and the expressions and whatnot. So we're going to keep this wireless one going. Hey, thank you, baby.
Again, I don't want people to get too many ideas, but
something that we learned with these closer microphones, y'all know we end our show with a kiss. Y'all finna hear all of this lip smacking that's about to happen. So we love y'all. Peace, fish, and hair grease. We out. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
Bye.
T-1 minute.
I did it again. I picked the wrong one to end with. Let's try that again. Deuces.
Rock the